Sam Archer lets a demon ride along inside his head, and that might be the best thing he has going for him. Find out why. Hello, my name is Tony, also known as Art Crow here on the internet, and I am on a journey of self-improvement and trying to turn myself into a hero by using the examples of heroes I find in pop culture and wherever else I can find them. I've challenged myself to read 12 books, 6 fiction, 6 nonfiction, by the end of the first half of this year. And this segment on my channel is all about those books. The book we're talking about today is Pipe and Pestle, a Sam Archer novel. This is the part of the show where I usually whip out my phone and look up the author on Wikipedia. There's just one problem with that. The author doesn't have a Wikipedia page yet. That's right, today we're getting in on the ground floor of a new author and his first book. Now you might be wondering how I found out about the existence of this book in the first place. The answer to that is simple. He's one of the hosts of the Late to the Party podcast, an unreliable guide to geekdom. If you've been watching me for a while, then you probably already heard me talk about them. If you haven't, then you probably have some catching up to do. But today we're here to talk about the book. Pipe and Pestle is a supernatural fantasy novel set here in the Twin Cities, which of course earns it a few extra points with a native Minnesotan like me, don't you know? Yeah, sure, you betcha. Our main character, Sam Archer, runs an occult bookstore and specializes in authenticating the rare items. And by rare, I mean magical. Items that actually have supernatural powers. Most of the time he does this himself, but occasionally he needs help, which he gets from a demon he calls Stacy. We'll talk a little bit more about her later. It's during the process of authenticating and procuring an item for a client that Sam gets into a little bit of trouble. You see, his client gets murdered, and all signs point to him. So in an effort to clear his name, Sam turns into a sort of a detective, and has to deal with all of the supernatural things that most people don't believe really exist. Which brings us back to Stacy, the demon. Yes, in this world, demons do exist, and in exchange for some help that he received, Sam has Stacy riding along inside his head throughout this whole investigation. Now, while I personally like and identify with Sam Archer, Stacy is what makes this book a truly fun thing to read. Since Stacy's a demon, she used to say and think all the fun things that you wouldn't really accept from the hero of a story. It's Stacy's little quirks of personality that made me laugh out loud while I was reading this book, which isn't something that happens very often. For instance, Stacy gets Sam to eat pancakes. Partially because she likes them, but from what I can ascertain, mostly because he doesn't. It's during Archer's dealings with Stacy that we kind of glean something about the author. He either A, has done a lot of role-playing gaming, and when he wasn't completely clear, it's come back to bite him, or B, he's dealt with actual demons. From what I know about the author, A is true, and B certainly could be true. It seems to me that Sam and Stacy kind of have a Kato Green Hornet relationship going on. We all know the Green Hornet is the hero, just like Sam. But we also know that the Green Hornet wouldn't be very effective without Kato, which in this relationship is Stacy. It's more often than not that we find ourselves rooting for Sam to succeed, mostly because Stacy's rooting for him to succeed. I know that seems silly, but I can't really explain it without spoilers. And since I can't go much further without spoilers, it's time for me to rate the book on my little scale here. And if you guessed that I'd say buy it, then you're correct. I know all the books I've done so far have earned this rating, but I've just kind of got really lucky. I just haven't had a bad book during this exercise so far. And I hope I don't have one anytime soon, because I've got a lot of reading to do. I've got 9 more books and not that many weeks, so I'm going to be busy. Stick with me, Rebels. We can do this. Please remember to share this video, click like, and comment, because all this stuff really helps me out. And if you're not sure what to comment, just answer the question of the day. It's right over there. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and get notified, because that is the way that you will not miss anything I put out. And don't forget, there's always links in the description to either other videos, things I talked about, or things that you just might find interesting.